America promised an opportunity. Yet what happens when that promise breaks?
A vote for Trump is a vote for hate!
For generations, countless souls have crossed deserts, oceans, and borders, chasing a dream once believed to have no end. They arrived with hope, with bravery, and with everything on the line. But that dream, it's shifting.
They rescinded our work permits. They've taken away all our opportunities.
Now, America stands at a crossroads, caught between compassion and control, between the promise of opportunity and the politics of fear. I've spent months witnessing this story unfold, at the border, inside shelters, and along the streets where the forgotten survive. This isn't just about policy. It's about people, and about what kind of nation we've become.
Right now, we're all at the same risk of being deported, even though we made an official application.
Why people risk everything to cross the border. Let me begin by saying this plainly. Crossing into the United States illegally isn't a choice made without deep thought. I've met families who risked everything, leaving behind homes they've known forever, because the other options were far more unbearable. For decades, people from Central and South America, as well as across the globe, have journeyed here, seeking safety, work, and a glimmer of a better life. They don't come seeking thrill or easy rewards. They come because their streets are ruled by violence, their children starve, and their governments either can't or won't protect them. I've witnessed people trudging through deserts, fording rivers, and trusting smugglers who promise safety but deliver peril. Many misjudge the dangers, believing that pure determination will somehow see them through. Yet again and again, I've found that it is despair, not recklessness, that propels them forward. When home offers only violence, hunger, or despair, even the most perilous path can look like a shot at survival. Why do they keep coming? Because hope, fragile as it is, outweighs fear. But this isn't solely about personal bravery. It spreads into border communities. Schools overflow, hospitals struggle to keep up, and local police face relentless pressure. Residents feel that strain in their daily lives. I wonder, should these hardships make us turn away from those escaping danger and begging for refuge? Does our shared humanity compel us to find a better way? I think often about the faces behind the statistics. There's a mother who leaves her children behind, walking for miles just to keep them safe. There's a teen fleeing the gang that has haunted their neighborhood for years. There are fathers who gamble everything so their kids can have a future they never knew. These aren't criminals in the sense that politics paints them. They are parents, dreamers, and survivors. Their journey breaks the law on paper, but it's born out of survival, love, and the longing for something better.
We've had money, but it goes towards the kids, right? Like right away. You know, kids need something, we get it. So we can't really necessarily buy things that could help us get out of the hole that we're in.
Watching it unfold, even through a documentary lens, I can't escape the gravity of their choices, nor the duty that rests upon us to respond. How Trump's policies reshaped the immigration debate. When I reflect on Trump's immigration policies, I'm filled with a blend of frustration and disbelief. Policies meant to safeguard the nation often ended up placing real people in heartbreaking, no-win situations. I read the headlines, listened to the speeches, but nothing truly prepared me for the human pain behind those words. The wall along the southern border became the most visible emblem, a concrete promise of safety that also spoke loudly of exclusion. It wasn't merely steel and stone. It was a boundary drawn between hope and despair. Families who once believed in a new beginning suddenly met another barrier, one that was physical, legal, and profoundly personal. Then came the Remain in Mexico program. I can't forget the scenes of families stranded in border towns, surviving with little food, shelter, or protection, while their asylum claims crawled through an uncaring system. I've talked with people who said they waited months, even years, living in fear, knowing they had broken no law, only sought safety. Imagine doing everything right, following every rule, yet still waking each morning with the dread that violence, deportation, or separation might arrive with the dawn. The Trump administration also restricted visas, tightened work permits, and created uncertainty around programs like DACA. I know young people raised here, American in every way except on paper, suddenly questioning whether their lives could unravel overnight. Parents and children lived beneath an ever-present shadow. What kind of nation allows such fear to consume those who simply tried to do things the right way? I witnessed a contradiction that no data could ever fully explain. While officials claimed harsh enforcement would stop illegal crossings, desperation drove people to even riskier paths. They crossed rivers, deserts, and borders, not to defy the law, but because the law left them with almost no choices. Even those who obeyed every rule found themselves trapped in limbo, waiting endlessly, uncertain whether the system would ever reward their patience. I can't detach these policies from the people who suffered under them. The mothers, fathers, and children caught in red tape are the ones who carry the burden of politics. They are people yearning for a safe home, a brighter future, and the chance to give back. Yet under the weight of rigid enforcement, so many of those dreams were paused, fractured, or lost. Watching it all unfold, I can't escape the feeling that America is torn between order and empathy, a conflict that leaves too many lives suspended in uncertainty. Illegal immigration in 2025, a crisis that won't stop. Even in 2025, under Trump's leadership, the flow of migrants attempting to enter the United States illegally hasn't ceased. In fact, in some regions, it has only intensified. Every single day, I hear accounts of families walking endless miles, of teenagers journeying alone, of parents doing everything possible to protect their children from the dangers they escaped. These aren't faceless statistics. They are real lives, filled with hope, fear, and courage. And yet, far too often, they're reduced to headlines, debates, or political sound bites. I've witnessed border communities under relentless pressure. Shelters overflow, schools strain to welcome new students, and hospitals operate past capacity. Families sleep in tents or cars, children lack essentials, and local aid runs dry. Efforts meant to control illegal immigration frequently clash with the raw human desperation propelling it. People don't stop coming because the wall grows taller or the law grows harsher. They come because what they left behind is unbearable. Hunger, violence, and chaos push them forward despite every risk. The struggle doesn't vanish at the border. Many move inland, chasing work, housing, and a sliver of stability. There, the hardships persist. Housing is scarce, social programs are overwhelmed, and steady jobs feel out of reach. Even those who arrive through legal channels with documents in hand often become trapped in endless red tape, waiting years for simple approvals. Some eventually lose everything, joining the rising number of homeless in America. Proof of how policy and misfortune intertwine to deepen suffering. I can't help but wonder, how can a nation built on opportunity allow such a painful gap to exist? How can we demand law, security, and order while so many lives remain suspended in uncertainty and fear? Each migrant carries a story, a purpose behind their journey, and a hope that America will still offer a chance, even when the system feels unyielding. And yet, through every hardship, their resilience shines. Families continue onward, walking for days, crossing rivers and deserts, driven by something far stronger than fear: hope. Hope that their children will be safe, that their families will endure, that they'll find a place where dreams aren't endlessly postponed. Watching all this unfold, it's impossible to ignore that any real conversation about illegal immigration must begin with people, not policies, borders, or statistics. Behind every crossing, every number, there's a life in the balance. And too often, those lives end up among the homeless in America, a haunting reflection of how deeply our systems can fail. The hidden costs, how immigration strains communities. The effects of immigration reach far beyond the border. I've watched entire towns stretched to their breaking point. Small communities in Texas, Arizona, and California struggling to offer essential services while welcoming families who arrive with nothing but hope. Local hospitals overflow, clinics run short on supplies, and schools fight to give each child the care they deserve. This isn't about numbers, it's about human lives being reshaped in ways that strain both newcomers and longtime residents. What stands out most to me is how unseen many of these effects remain. While leaders and commentators debate policies, the hidden toll unfolds quietly in everyday hardships. Families arriving legally may end up in temporary housing that's overcrowded, unsafe, or painfully expensive. Young parents juggle multiple jobs, yet still can't cover rent, transportation, or childcare. Children bounce between classrooms, sometimes learning in hallways or shared spaces, carrying the heavy weight of uncertainty on their small shoulders. For many, this fragile existence pushes them closer to becoming part of the homeless in America, a truth often left out of political conversations. Rural areas feel the burden differently, but just as deeply. These regions lack the infrastructure and public services of cities, meaning one struggling family can overwhelm resources meant for dozens. I've walked through towns where volunteers work tirelessly to fill the gaps. Yet the divide between need and supply remains painfully clear. It leaves us with a difficult question. Is it fair to expect small communities to bear the cost of global crises born of war, poverty, and environmental collapse half a world away. Beyond the statistics lies a social cost that money can't measure. Migrants face isolation, bias, and fear of the unknown. Simple tasks like shopping or taking a child to school come shadowed by anxiety, fear of rejection, of judgment, of legal trouble. Mental health struggles grow quietly behind closed doors, intensified by trauma, depression, and constant uncertainty. When I think about all this, I can't help but ask, what does it say about a country that celebrates freedom and opportunity, yet allows so many newcomers to fall into hardship and invisibility? Each family, each person, is more than a data point. They're human beings rebuilding their lives in a land that promises safety and hope, but often delivers struggle and instability. Their courage is extraordinary, their endurance profound, and their stories call for understanding, compassion, and change. The immigration divide, politics, morality, and the human cost. Discussing immigration in America today feels like walking straight into a storm. Every conversation carries tension. Every viewpoint matters. Yet the human stories at the heart of it are too often forgotten. I've heard voices from both sides. Some believe that strict enforcement is essential to protect jobs, preserve order, and keep communities safe. Others insist that the laws themselves fail to recognize a deeper reality. These are human beings escaping danger, seeking life itself, and deserving of compassion more than suspicion. Under Trump's leadership, the divide has never been wider. His administration's tone and actions emphasize control, deterrence, and boundaries, while the human fallout quietly deepens. I've seen families waiting in crowded shelters and public spaces, uncertain whether tomorrow will bring separation, deportation, or the faint hope of a new beginning. Children ask questions their parents can't answer, and each layer of bureaucracy becomes another wall rising higher each day. The political debates on screens or stages may feel detached from reality, yet their impact is immediate, tangible, and heartbreakingly real. This public debate reaches beyond politics. It's moral. Americans everywhere wrestle with the hard questions. How can we defend our borders without betraying our principles? How do we uphold laws without turning away from compassion? How do we face immigration's challenges while honoring our shared humanity? And perhaps most crucially, how do we stop well-meant policies from leading to unintended pain, like the growing number of homeless in America? These questions are not theoretical. They strike at the essence of what it means to be a just and compassionate nation. I've met volunteers, attorneys, and aid workers who confront these conflicts daily. They open their homes, their offices, and their hearts to families in distress, often doing more than the institutions built to help. They provide temporary shelter, legal guidance, and medical access, but they also offer something priceless: hope, dignity, and the simple reminder that someone still cares. Even so, the magnitude of need is staggering. Resources are scarce, and for every family helped, countless others wait, struggle, and remain unseen. What moves me most is the resilience on both sides. The courage of families chasing dreams, and the dedication of those standing beside them. It reminds us that immigration isn't a mere policy topic. It's profoundly human. Decisions made in Washington, at rallies, or in courtrooms echo through homes and city streets nationwide. Every rule, every speech carries consequences that reach far beyond numbers. These are lives, children deserving safety, parents clinging to hope, families yearning to build a future. As I watch this unfold, I can't help but believe a nation's greatness is measured not only by its borders or laws, but by its ability to pair fairness with compassion, enforcement with empathy, and security with humanity. Until that balance is found, the arguments will persist, and those living their consequences will remain unseen, waiting for a country that views them not as a burden to manage, but as lives worth protecting. Beyond borders, what immigration reveals about America. When I think about immigration, I can't help but focus on the human lives hidden beneath the policies. These are individuals who wake up each morning under the weight of uncertainty, facing endless lines, confusing paperwork, and long waits just to earn a place in the nation they once dreamed about. Some arrive through legal channels, following every requirement, only to learn that the system is tilted against them. Others take perilous chances, hoping to find safety and a better life. And in both situations, too many struggle to survive, often becoming part of the rising number of homeless in America. It's easy to discuss borders and regulations, but the truth is far more complex, far more human. Families live in fear of separation. Children carry burdens they can't comprehend. Parents work tirelessly, yet still confront the frustration of scarce resources and uncertain tomorrows. These aren't abstract debates. They are real lives, marked by courage, endurance, and fragility. Each story questions the belief that laws alone can fix the crisis of migration. I think about the immense strength required to leave behind everything familiar, to step into the unknown, armed only with hope. I see resilience in the young pursuing education, in parents juggling multiple jobs, and in families striving to shield one another from harm. They remind me that the human spirit cannot be confined by politics or rhetoric. Yet, when systems fail them, the cost is heavy. Lost chances, fractured families, and hardship that too often spills into the streets. As a nation, these realities test our moral compass. Are we truly able to enforce our laws while honoring the humanity of those caught in them? Can we build a society where the promise of opportunity doesn't collapse into struggle and despair? These aren't questions for the future. They confront us right now. And as we continue this journey, the next story leads us even deeper into the core of the issue. Why so many young people risk their youth, savings, and faith to come here legally, only to be told there are too many immigrants, and they may be denied. In the next video, we'll dive into this conflict, exposing the human price behind the dream America sells, and the stark reality that awaits those who chase it.